Happy Thanksgiving, Dirt Road believers! We are ready to draw for our first giveaway, our 12 days of giveaway. So I have got Coleman here with me. Are you ready to draw?
Yeah.
All right, shake it up really well. So many of you commented Hallmark and were entered to win. It took us a long time to write these names down and get them all cut up. So, Coleman is going to draw without looking. And let's see who our winner is. Where is it? Just one. Did you get just one? All right, let's see who won. Who is it? Sandra Scoggins won the Hallmark t-shirt. So way to go. Congratulations, Sandra. All right, for today's giveaway, I'm telling you, we're not playing around, okay? Every video between now and the end of December, Christmas Command Center comes first. We're gifting y'all. Okay, I am following the law of leftovers today because that is our devotion. And the law of leftovers said, if you have something that you don't need, pass it on. Now this is the only giveaway that we will have that is not a brand new item, okay? Although I have thrown in some brand new items. This book is going to set you up for the best December that you've ever had. It is by Lisa Turkhurst and it is called The Best Yes. How many of you ladies say yes to everything in December because you think you can't tell anyone no, and December is just like a wreck? I mean, like, you just, where did December go? I dread saying yes, but I feel powerless to say no. I'm a little overwhelmed and a lot worn out, and I'm drowning in the regrets of too many commitments. Okay, that just sounds like the month of December for most of y'all. Also, from Dirt in Somerville, I have two beautiful ornaments. I have the stocking, and then also, this is when I went shopping for the grand opening, I have this beautiful rustic looking cross that's iron, and half of it is wooden. So those are also going to go along with today's giveaway. Now, when we were brainstorming, what do we do to enter? Coleman came up with this one, okay? Coleman said, you have to share this with as many people as you can, and then you're going to comment how many people you shared it with, okay? Now, he was like, well, what if they're not telling the truth? And I was like, well, this is a Christian channel. So if they don't tell the truth, then Jesus may give them explosive diarrhea on Thanksgiving. It could happen, okay? So be a good sport about it. You have as late as, what, Saturday, Sunday to get those shares done and in. And hey, what better time to do it than the holidays, because you've got everybody over. And a share can be a text. It can be
You can share the link.
You can share the link. Or, you know, Aunt Bessie's over for Thanksgiving, so you just, like, she doesn't have a cell phone. So you go over and show her, or you just verbally tell someone. All right, guys. Christmas Command Center, up and running. Let's check the computer. Okay, Black Friday is tomorrow, so let's get down to business. First of all, how many days till Christmas? We are 29 days away. Okay, let's get serious here. For reals. Okay, my first suggestion is shopping in the stores is not a good idea with all the things that our country is going through right now. So as much online shopping as you can do. I know even Walmart themselves are not doing the traditional blockbuster Black Friday stuff because they don't want the crowds of people. So shop local, shop local, shop local. That's first thing on our agenda. If you are shopping for appliances, okay, Best Buy is looking really good for you. They have got laptops up to $200 off. They have got the iRobot for $179.99. That's a great deal. Kohl's has a lot of great deals. Oh my gosh, y'all, they have countertop arcade games, Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man, for $129. They also have lots of appliances, lots of like $10 appliances, coffee pots, crock pots, skillets. I know I get an electric skillet, a new one every year because we use ours so much. So Also, Kohl's is a great place to save on like sheets, bedding, that kind of stuff. Toys, toys, toys. Walmart, Target, great place for toys. All right, if you're shopping for the man in your life, I'm telling you, Sam's has some really great things for men. They also have, the little wireless earbuds for like $49. And there was something else. Oh, cookware. Walmart and Sam's both have really great cookware lines on sale. So check those deals out. Only 29 days, guys. Only 29 days. Dirt Road Believer is like, December is going to be so exciting. You do not want to miss an episode. Thanks for being with me on the Thanksgiving episode. Thanks, Colvin, for being my trusty steed and sidekick. So don't forget to enter to win our Best Yes book and our beautiful ornaments from Dirt. And enjoy the video, and I'll see you for the devotion. So you're done with Thanksgiving and you have all these leftovers. What do? I'm going to give you the easiest recipe. You're going to love it. My family loves it. It's a big hit with everybody. And so we're going to get started. First of all, mind the new Dirt Road Believer sweatshirt. Proud of that. Okay, here we go. So I've laid out the ingredients for you. Mac, if you'll zoom in, got Mac as my trusty steed today, the cameraman. Here are your ingredients. Swiss cheese, turkey, which I'm using deli turkey, but of course you'll use your leftover turkey from Thanksgiving. If you have any cranberries or pecans left, this is cranberry pecans, dried cranberries and candied pecans. Of course, you've got these in your refrigerator: honey mustard, mayonnaise, couple of crescent rolls. You need those. And then this is just an egg white that I've gone ahead and prepared that we'll use last before we stick it in the oven. So let's get started. So I've set my oven at 350 and we're just going to spray our pan. I always use tin foil on my pans because less to wash, just throw it away. All right, so we're going to start with, we'll start with our turkey. So you need your turkey finely chopped up. So just take those leftovers and just start chopping away. I love this little knife. Okay, so we have our turkey all chopped up in our bowl, and I am starving, so my mouth is watering here. I haven't had lunch yet. Okay, look, I am totally eyeballing this, okay? Mayonnaise. If you're not a big mayonnaise lover, less mayonnaise and more honey mustard. I'll squirt some honey mustard in there. And then I just kind of judge it by the consistency once I get it mixed up to see how juicy is not the word I'm looking for, but just to see the consistency. And, okay, so you can see I don't have too much of anything. That's about how you want it right there. All right, now here's where, you know when you call the pizza place and half your family wants it one way and half your family does the other way, so you just have them do half and half? I'm going to do that to show you how you can kind of customize this for what your family likes, because I like a lot of stuff in mine. Only one other person will eat that with me. So I'm going to leave some just like this. Now I'm going to take, this is where you can kind of frou-frou it up and play with what you have in the leftovers. So I'm going to add the cranberry and candied pecans to this half, because I think that sounds delicious. And mix it up nice. Doesn't that look good? Oh my goodness, that looks so good. And wait till you see how this is about to come together, because it is beautiful. It's just beautiful. All right, so we've got our mixture ready to go, and now we've got to get our wreath. This is the wreath part that we're making. So you'll see I've taken one one package of crescent rolls, and I've just put the corners together and got the points going out kind of like a star. Now, The other crescent rolls, 8 crescent rolls, we're gonna match up with the ones that are already here, but those points are going to the interior. So this Okay, before we close up our wreath, we just have to add our cheese. Now you can use any cheese you like. I'm using Swiss. We like Swiss on ours. And I'm just folding my sliced cheese in half and making little triangles. And then I put my triangles, I have 8 of them. So it took 4 slices. Now, if you want it to bake ever so lovely and come out looking like something out of a magazine, you're gonna want to do an egg white wash over the crescent rolls. I don't really know what it does exactly. I'm not a baker, but it makes it look so beautiful just to put this egg wash on your crescent rolls. And then I'm gonna bake it for, I'm on convection, which usually takes a little less time, so I'm gonna put it on like 25 minutes and check it. If you're cooking standard, then 30 minutes is perfect, but anything that's getting brown, I usually try to keep a check on because I want it to be that perfect golden brown so it'll look appetizing to everyone. Okay, so I've got all my, and really you can't put too much on, it doesn't take a whole egg, but okay, I think I've got it all painted up. So it is going in the oven and it'll be out soon. I'm glad because I'm starving. Okay. Isn't that beautiful? You could even decorate it on the inside if you wanted with greens and okay, hot or not, I can't wait. I'm so hungry. Didn't have breakfast. Been at the grocery store for a long time. Ooh, I'm gonna get a cranberry in there. Look at that bite. Now, that's something special you can do with your leftovers. Everybody will love it. Hey guys, thanks for joining me for the devotion part of our video today. It is a crisp, cool morning and the birds are singing, so I'm just enjoying being outside. Today, we are thankful for leftovers. All month long we have been anchoring in 1 Thessalonians 5:18, which says, give thanks in all things. And there's a law of leftovers when it comes to heaven. And so I want to look first. We're going to be in John, and we're going to also be in Ruth today. So if you want to go ahead and get your Bible and mark those spots. We're going to start in John chapter 6, and this is the feeding of the 5,000 where Jesus performs that miracle. And we're going to start in verse 8. It says, another of his disciples, Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, spoke up. Here is a boy with 5 small loaves and 2 small fish, but how far will they go among so many? Jesus said, have the people sit down. There was plenty of grass in that place, and the men sat down, about 5,000 of them. Then Jesus took the loaves, gave thanks, and distributed to those who were seated as much as they wanted. He did the same with the fish. When they had all had enough to eat, he said to his disciples, gather the pieces that are left over. Let nothing be wasted. So they gathered them and filled 12 baskets with the pieces of 5 barley loaves left over by those who had eaten. So here we see that this miracle came from what? Leftovers. A little boy's leftover lunch. And then we see at the end of the feeding of the 5,000, after they had had as much as they wanted and they were filled, Jesus paid close attention to the leftovers. He was teaching his disciples something here. And not only did he say, gather it up, we're not going to waste anything, they counted it. And when you see someone who takes the time to take account for everything, then that shows you it was important. Now, we do not know exactly what they did with the leftovers, but I'm pretty sure that I know, because we ask ourselves, okay, Jesus knew exactly how many mouths there were to feed. He even knew exactly how much every person would eat that day. So why were there leftovers? Why didn't he make just enough that they needed? Why deal with leftovers when you don't have to? Because they can be a pain sometimes, right? Well, when Jesus performed that miracle, he was thinking of those that were not first to the table, that perhaps couldn't get out of their home or didn't have the means to make it there or were sick. He was thinking of those who wouldn't be there as well. And so that's why I feel pretty confident that those leftovers got on the boat with those disciples and they took it to people in need. We can go all the way back to Leviticus 23:22 to first see the law of leftovers set up by God when Moses was in the desert with the Israelites. And he says, when you reap the harvest of your land, do not reap to the very edges of your field or gather the gleanings of your harvest. Leave them for the poor and the alien. I am the Lord your God. We're going to look in Ruth. Remember, Ruth lost her husband, her brother-in-law, her father-in-law, and she chose to go with her mother-in-law, Naomi, back to her hometown. You remember she says, your God is my God, where you go I will go. She was totally loyal and committed to being at Naomi's side. Well, then they get back to Naomi's hometown and they have nothing. I'm reading from Ruth chapter 2, starting in verse 2. It says, and Ruth the Moabitess, she was also a foreigner, said to Naomi, let me go to the fields and pick up the leftover grain behind anyone whose eyes I find favor. They were starving. Naomi said to her, go ahead, my daughter. So she went out and began to glean in the fields behind the harvesters. As it turned out, she found herself working in a field belonging to Boaz, who was from the clan of Elimelech. Just then Boaz arrived from Bethlehem and greeted the harvesters. The Lord be with you. The Lord bless you, they called back. Boaz asked the foreman of his harvesters, whose young woman is that? The foreman replied, she is the Moabitess who came back from Moab with Naomi, She said, "Please let me glean and gather the sheaves behind the harvesters." She went into the field and has worked steadily from morning until now, except for a short rest in the shelter. So it goes on to say that Boaz addresses Ruth, and he says, "My daughter, listen to me. Don't go and glean in anyone else's field," because this was dangerous at the time. He made sure that she was protected and asked her to stay there with his workers and glean. At this, she bowed down with her face to the ground. She exclaimed, "Why have I found such favor in your eyes that you notice me, a foreigner?" Boaz replied, "I have been told all about what you have done for your mother-in-law since the death of your husband, how you left your father and mother and your homeland and came to live with a people you did not know before. May the Lord repay you for what you have done. May you be richly rewarded by the Lord, the God of Israel, whose wings you have come to take refuge." So, I want to address everyone who's listening because I feel like you are in one of three places in your life. When we talk about gleaning, it means picking up someone else's leftovers, collecting gradually, bit by bit, what is needed. And some of you have more than enough. Some of us are so richly blessed that we can't even use all that we have. And when you have extra, do you have in mind those who don't have enough? Some people feel like they have been gleaning their whole lives, that they have never taken a break from trying to collect other people's leftovers just to survive. And the focus then, if you are one who has fought and worked for every leftover you've gotten, then the focus becomes on the provision and not the provider. How little I have when I know I could have more. And I love Proverbs 30:8-9. It says, "Give me neither poverty nor riches, but give me only my daily bread. Otherwise I might have too much and I might disown you. Or if I become poor, I may steal and dishonor you." So there is a blessing being somewhere in the middle. And then I want to talk to a third group of people who I feel like are probably the majority. Some of you may have been first to the table in the past. You had everything you needed, and then you found yourself in a position of having nothing or depending upon others for what you do have. And I want to remind you that Ruth was in that same boat. Ruth was prominent. She had 3 men in her household who were taking very good care of her, and within a very short time they were all gone, and without men in her time you were nothing. And so she finds herself without her family in a foreign land and starving with her mother-in-law. And you know, she gleaned from morning until night, and I can hear some of us gleaning, and instead of praising God and thanking God for what's there for us to pick up, we're saying, "But I used to have it so good," and we're recounting every provision and every possession that we once owned, and now it's just gone. I want you to look at Ruth's focus in that passage today. Ruth's outlook could have been, "Look at what all I've done. Look at what all I've sacrificed. I've given up my family. I've given up my homeland. And look, for what? For what, God? You could have given me everything when I got here." But that's not what she's thinking. That's not what she says. She says, "Why have I found such favor in your eyes that you notice me, a foreigner?" The law of leftovers is that some people have too much. Some people have too little. And when we are in line with the character of God and the compassion that He has in His provision, whether we have too much or too little, it gets spread evenly. And so this holiday season, for those of us that are living in abundant provision, let us use those leftovers wisely and not waste them. Let nothing be wasted. I hope you have a great day with your family and friends. And from my family to yours.
Happy Thanksgiving!
And until December, slow down. Take the dirt road, believer.